As sound designer, pretty much the most important job that I have is looking at all the creatures in all these episodes and deciding what's the creature going to sound like and what the creature is. This year we have a lot different creatures. There's certain episodes where we have a creature that's a predator, and you don't see it a lot, but you hear it, you feel it in the room, and there's a presence. We have other episodes where the creature just basically goes into attack mode and then leaves. To me, the sound of the creatures can make or break that episode. You have to hear and really feel the creature. When we get an episode of Creepshow that comes in, first thing I do is I watch the entire show, go back, take notes of what creatures are in it, what sound effects are we gonna really harp on, what breaks, are there jump scares, and then once we pretty much know what the creature's gonna sound like, I have pretty much 3 ways I can start creating the creature sounds. One is the PFX, whatever's recorded on location. Whether it's screams, whether it's the costume moving around, I start with those first because you want the reality of the creature moving around. So once the PFX are pulled down, I start with that. Then we have a huge library. I mean, massive library of sound designs, and we actually pull from and listen and manipulate and create that way. And then the last thing is that once we get that happening, it's just not there yet. A lot of the stuff we actually create either in the studio, in the read room, or I record it on my farm. I'll grab a spoon and go to the barn and start raking it over the metal stuff to create this eerie sound. A lot of vocalizations we'll actually do and then dehumanize them to create more of an attack. The process really is start with what was recorded, go in the library, and then if you have to go one step further, you create it on your own and you put it in there and put it all together. And that's how the creature sounds are pretty much created. The showrunner for Creepshow is Greg Nicotero. When he comes in the building, you actually feed off of his energy, the passion that he has towards creating anything, really. Working with Greg is a treat. He comes in, he is fired up about what we're doing, he's focused, he knows what he wants. He lets us play, which is great. He'll give us ideas and say, yeah, give me 3 concepts of this, or just play with it, let me know what you come up with. And then when you get back with him, he is very direct, and that's what I love about him. He goes, hate that, love that, give me more of that, never want to hear that again. He loves what he's doing, and that transfers to basically the whole audio team. We want to do great things, and we feed off his energy. So when he's in the building, it's a good time. This year at season 1, we had to figure out what the creep was going to sound like. We actually went through a couple of rounds with Greg on what the voice of the creep was going to be, and we gave him all sorts of ideas, from high-pitched screaming to raspy stuff to demon-like, and he pretty much hit middle of the road with it. It is very affected. The laugh is great. We have a whole bank of laughs now that we use. When second season rolled in, we took it up a step in that he's a lot more movements are now addressed, where his hands are bone-like. When he walks, he has specific footsteps that we use because it's a bony step. His laugh is pretty much the same. And we're trying to keep it consistent throughout the series. When he comes on camera, he's got questions. He'll look at something, and there's a nuance that he has. He has a calm laugh. He has an evil laugh. That was what went into it. Ultimately, Greg liked where we were.
Great. Run down.
Creepshow for me as a sound designer is all about having fun and creating creatures that you look at them, you say, what would this creature sound like? What would it move like? It's also a challenge because every show is very different. It is not the same every day. That's what it means to me. As a viewer, it is just fun, campy horror, and every story is well written, and it's fun to watch. It is a fun ride. You need to check out Creepshow, streaming on Shudder now. What's great about this series is every show is going to be different from the previous one.
Good night.
He doesn't really talk, but that's it.